back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at Old Speckled Hen. Old Speckled Hen from the Morland Brewery. Morland Brewery is actually now part of the Green King Brewery, known for their Green King IPA. Before, I think this changeover occurred in like 2006, but before then it was located in Oxfordshire. And they've been brewing this beer since about 1979. This beer was first brewed to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the MG factory that used to be located in that town. It's affectionately nicknamed not after a chicken, but actually after one of the transportation vehicles at the factory, which was had been used for years and years and was all covered in paint flecks. Its nickname was Old Speckled One. So, yeah, Old Speckled Hen was born. It's only recently that it started becoming popular again. I mean, it's been in constant production, I believe, since, but it's been resurrected, per se. Now that it's been bought out by Green King, it's now brewed at the Bury St. Edmunds Brewery in Suffolk. So, it's an English fine ale. I believe it was the bitter variety. This is a distinctive, rich, malty taste, bursting with character, fruity aroma, and deliciously smooth. 5.2 ABV. So, without further ado, let's give it a test. Pour that into my Keith's glass, which is large enough to hold the whole thing. This is in a full-size Keith's pint glass. 568 milliliters, I believe. Nice head. A little bit left in the can, but whatever. Wow. And the head's actually quite dense. Oh. Cool. I think. Yeah. Sounds like there's a widget in this can. So it's got a nice, dense, thick, Guinness-like head from the use of the widget. Could be wrong though, maybe just a beer sloshing around. One thing that's really impressing me is just how dense that head is. It's not quite as thick as like Guinness's, but it's there. Got a nice, slightly orangey cream head. The body of the beer is like an amber orange, slightly golden around the fringes. And it looks like there's a bit of oil sticking around the edges of the glass too. It may leave some decent lacing as it goes down. And it's also got carbonation sticking to the sides of the glass, which is also something I like sometimes. Wow. It actually looks quite nice. Let's give it a sniff. Got some nice sweet fruity flavors. Touches citrus hop, like maybe like orange and hint of lemon. But it's also got like an almost like bready grain along with a hint of apple. Red apple. Along with a faint touch of like butter toffee and caramel. That smells nice. It smells good. Wow. So appearances is good. Smells good. Yeah, I really want to try this now, so let me give it a taste. Just a fairly, it's not very bitter, but it's got a faint touch of bitterness in the back, of like a citrusy variety, similar between like tartness and grapefruity. Touch earthy as well. Mildly spicy. It's got a nice malty taste of like caramel. Butter toffee. Oh, I'm wrong. No widget. Pretty dense head, though. Butter toffee, some orange citrus, and an aftertaste of toasted grains, toasted wheat. Well, not toasted wheat, sorry, toasted barley. To the downside is it's not very carbonated. It's almost somewhat disappointing in how little carbonation's coming up through that. I mean, it's soft and somewhat creamy, but it leaves it feeling a little light and watery. It's by no means a bad tasting beer. Maybe even a touch of vanilla in that taste as well. Still quite nice. I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit. I'll be right back. And we're back with Old Speckled Hen. So, what did I think? Well, Rate Beer calls it an ESB, or an English Bitter. Beer Advocate calls it an English Pale Ale. Either way, it still kind of fits the category because it's not quite as bitter as your typical bitter. It's also not quite as... The malty character doesn't come out quite as much. Irregardless, it's still a very nice tasting beer. A very smooth beer, and you could drink several of these before you realize it. Like, I was only sitting down with this one for about 10 minutes. Not even. And I just kept chugging back on it. It finishes dry enough that you want to take another swig right after, and you keep guzzling it down. Very nice and deceptively smooth for, well, I mean, 5.2 ABV isn't too high, but still higher than average. Would I recommend it? Definitely. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. There are other pale ales and there's other bitters out there that I might recommend. It's pretty good for a pale ale. For a bitter, perhaps ESB's got to be. Fuller's ESB, that is. But it's pretty good by itself, and I do recommend it. So, Old Speckled Hen, 3.5 out of 5. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Hope you enjoyed the review, and talk to you later. Bye.